Next on Queen to Queen, according to recent data, most couples date for 2 or more years before getting engaged, with many dating anywhere from 2 to 5 years. Once the question is popped, the average length of engagement is between 12 and 18 months. Loretta waited 30 years. Let's talk about it.
Hi, Queens. How are you? How are you? How are you? Good evening. I hope that your day was blessed and highly favored and filled with joy and comfort. Good evening. I will not be before you long. You know that. But we have to get into this, right? We have to discuss this. It's all over the internet. Um, we have to talk about Bishop Jones and his proposal. And I'm going to dive right into it because I want to share something with you guys. I want to share uh, just I want to kind of jar you and I want women to understand what happened. That was not a proposal, okay? I want y'all to understand what took place in front of all of those people in his pulpit. Okay. But before we start, I have to pause for the cause, and the cause is support. Okay. I want you to check out this promo, my friend Dennis Gregory and his product. Okay. And I will be right back on the other side of this break. Okay. Check it out.
I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone who believes in something greater than themselves. The time is now to simply believe.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I am back. Okay, guys, I want you guys to check out Dennis Gregory. Check him out, okay? And I want you to just simply support, right? Support. Sorry, but I think we had a little. I had a little bit of feedback or whatever. Okay, guys, and feel free to comment. Feel free to share this post like never before because we're gonna talk about this proposal and what really happened. Okay, we're gonna talk about this proposal and what really happened. Okay, so let's just give you a little bit of insight on Bishop Jones and Loretta, his longtime girlfriend of 28 years, a girlfriend of 28 years in the church or out of church. That's just way too long to not make a decision about a woman who's been consistent with you, who has held you down for 28 years. I'm so revved up about this, but we're gonna I'm giving you a little bit of background about Loretta. Okay, so it says, standing center stage, Bishop Jones started to talk to the congregation about what might look how he might look when he gets older, before surprising congregation when he said, I decided I'm going to get married. After hearing cheers, the congregation, the 72 people, 72-year-old man said, Loretta, come here, please. Come here, please. Okay. Once she arrived, he looked at the congregation and said, I thought about, should I give up my freedom coat for a straight jacket? Should I marry someone younger than me? I thought about it and I give up not having an answer to any of it to anybody. Okay. He later changed his tone when he said, but then when I looked at her and said, should I have to push a wheelchair, or when I can't walk, she will have to deal with the old man. And I'll be old and she'll be young and she'll have many suitors. And so he got on his knees, got the ring out the box, and asked her, would you marry me? Right? Basically, I'm not going to go verbatim because everybody's seen the video. Okay, everybody has seen the video. First of all, I want to say this: if a man has to make up his mind about you for 28 years, he is not the one for you. Now, you may be the one for him, but he's not the one for you. Reason why I'm saying that, because you don't wait around for 28 years for somebody to tell you what you're already displaying in a relationship. For 28 years, and I know I said 30 years in my promo, but for 28 years, this man has somebody holding him down. He had consistency with this woman in his life. He had comfort in his life. He had somebody that he could lean on in his life. For 28 years. This woman did not go anywhere. She loved on him. She adored him. She stood by his side. When he was on that show, Preachers of LA, she was right there. Okay, for 28 years, she did this for this man. She was with this man through his life, through his accomplishments, through his failures. When the whole world was pointing his finger, he had a controversy a couple of years back. She stood right there with him. She's been doing this for this man for 28 years, you know, and then, but did not have a claim to him, did not have his name. If he would have died, God forbid, within those 28 years, she wouldn't have been able to claim nothing. All whoever the next of kin would have got it. It wouldn't have been her, right? She lived with him for 28 years, waiting and wondering if she was the one for him. Now, I'm going to tell you something. In the first 6 months, he knew she was the one for him. He knew that. In meeting her in the first 6 months, he knew that she was the one for him. He knew that she was going to be around. He knew that she was down for the cause. He knew that she was committed. Most men know when they have a good, committed, strong woman with good qualities. She was successful. She has her own business. Down south, she's articulate. She's a queen, right? She's a queen. And he knew that the first 6 months. Hello. Most men do. But he drug her for 28 years. 28 years. Now he is not in the prime of his life no more. Now he's an older man. Now he can barely get on his knees to propose to her. And I said this in a comment, and y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'm still saved. I'm gonna be still saved after I say this. I'm gonna still be saved after I say this. Okay, he barely got on his knees to propose. Okay, so your agility and your stamina when you get ready to do your juvenilness in the bedroom ain't what it was 28 years ago. Hello? But she hung it. She stood in there with you. She built with you. Okay? She probably covered for you at times. You understand what I'm saying? He should have been made her his wife. Anybody got any comments? I have my comments feed on. I can see it now. I know last show I didn't see it, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, 28 years. 28 years of this woman sticking by this man. And the proposal was simply ridiculous. First of all, if this is the woman that you love, and she's been with you for 28 years, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's unbelievable, you know, she deserved more than that. She deserved you to recognize her as a woman who has been consistent in your life for decades, as a woman that you cherish and adored, okay? And you should not have pulled anything out of nobody's Cracker Jack box to give to her. It was embarrassing. And it makes me believe that something transpired early in your relationship to make you have some type of resentment, or maybe you have some type of resentment towards women that will cause you to just throw something at her. Like, and then when he fell down on his knees, he was like, like, okay, I'll marry you now. Yeah, after you done lived your life. And that was him saying, hey, I done lived my life. Now you can be my caregiver. Not be someone that can build with you. You didn't marry her when you all were in the building stages, when you were in the building stages of your life. You didn't marry her when you all can come up with ideals and plans to live a long life of longevity. You married her towards the end of your life when you have done everything that you wanted to do. And this woman waited it out for you. And then you finally say, oh, I married her because you need somebody to push you around in a wheelchair? Really? So basically, you want her to be a caregiver, not the queen that she is. An honorary first wife is what she's been for 28 years. An embarrassment, a laughing stock. People questioning, do you really love her? Because you got her walking around. Half her life is over with. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man of God. Man of God. Man of God. You cannot tell me that God has just not spoken to you that this is your wife. The Bible says 2 is better than 1. The Bible said it is not good for man to be alone. Okay? Y'all ain't been celibate for 28 years. No, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. I am just telling the truth. And the way that she was sitting there and standing there, she just held her face. She stood there and held her composure on that stage while he did that. She didn't break down and cry. It wasn't like she had a sigh of relief, like finally he chose me. She looked like a woman that was just trying to hold it together to get through that moment. Because it was utterly ridiculous. It was so narcissistic how he took his time, talking to the audience, pondering as if he really, like he was going back and forth if he wanted to do it or not. He didn't come to her like, you are my queen, you are my substance. I want to marry you. I want us to be in each other's life. I want to be with you. God gave you to me. He said none of that. None of that. But he went back and forth over the decisions that he had to make. Ridiculous, narcissistic. We're going to talk about why men do this. Why do men do this? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that right on the other side of this break, okay? I have a new supporter. His name is James, and he has a production company. Check out his promo. Now, I'm pausing for the cause because the cause is support. I believe in supporting. Check out this promo, and I want you guys to go to his website and support this guy, okay? I'll be right back after this side of the break, okay?
In a world where more and more business is done online, don't get trapped with an ad that is generic, dull, and just plain boring. Welcome to the future of advertising. Welcome to Rough Draft Productions. Get it done. Rough Draft.
All right, guys, you check out Rough Draft Productions, okay? He reached out to me. We I believe that he is a Jayhawk. I believe he went to high school with me. He has his own production company, okay? Support Rough Draft Productions. He can do your promos if you're interested in something like that. He can put together sound bites. He can do jingles. He can do it all. And I plan on doing business with him. Come on and support our sisters and brothers, all right? Okay, so why do men do that? Why do men behave like Noel Jones did? Why do we do that? Why do we stay in relationships way too long, women? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Because we're hoping and wishing that this man would choose us. Because we are hopeless romantics. Because women are built to support. Women are built to be patient. You know what I'm saying? We're patient with our men. Especially when in a relationship, we don't want to be not in a relationship. Especially if we feel like, oh, he's a good person. He's a good win. He's a good win. You know what I'm saying? We will hold it out. We will wait it out. I did that for a while. I held it out. I was hoping and wishing and praying and hoping, and the Lord somebody that came to them has told them, this your husband. God said it's your husband. And you, especially in the church, you just hold it out because you don't want to lose faith, right? You don't want to doubt the Lord. This the one, right? She waited 28 years for him to give the most sorriest proposals I have ever seen in my life. And I hope that somebody know her that will share her this video. You do not wait 28 years for a man to make a decision about you. First of all, you know who you are. Hopefully, you know as a woman who you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know how he responds when you are in his life, when you are in his vicinity. Okay? You know who you are. And sometimes you have to make the conscious decision to say, this man is wasting my time. This man is stifling my potential. This man is in the way of the real blessing. Here she is waiting to be a wife to this man. Didn't even know she was playing a role for 28 years. Didn't even know she was already playing a role of a wife. Here she is waiting for this man to choose her, just for her to wait until he's a senior citizen. They can't even live their best years together as man and wife. Because he done sucked the life out of her and himself. And I know I'm telling the truth. I know that I'm telling the truth. I know that don't you wait until you in the wheelchair talking about something, will you marry me? Don't you wait until you so stiff you can't take care of what you need to take care in the bedroom before you ask me to marry. First of all, I'm not going to even be staying around that long to see. And I know I'm telling the truth. She deserved better than that. He reached in a Cracker Jack box and gave her a Cracker Jack ring in front of his whole entire congregation. And the way he was moving, his body language said, I'm just doing this because I'm getting old. I'm doing this because now I want to. I didn't want to the whole 28 years, but now I want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Am I preaching? And I hope, am I preaching? Am I preaching, Rashid Diverted? Am I preaching? This is this narcissistic thing that men got going on. And I hate to say, not even gonna say our culture. It is just, it's just men in general. Most men. I was in a relationship and the guy told me, you don't know how blessed you are to have me. Excuse me. Excuse me. First of all, I'm a human being. Where's your humanity to even think that you are above me, that you are better than me? He told me this. He told me that I should be, you don't know how blessed you are to have me. A person who couldn't communicate, a person who was not emotional, a person who was not even considerate, a person who didn't even have enough discipline to engage in his relationship. I was blessed to have him. That's what he told me. Absolutely not. You are worth, my queen, you are worth more than that. You are worth a man adoring you. You are worth a man cherishing you. You are worth a man to take enough consideration to actually plan a moment that is going to change both of your lives, because he's asking you to be on this journey with you. You're worth that. You are absolutely worth that. You are worth a man bringing your mother and your father and your family and your friends together to show them that I love this woman. You're worth that. You're worth a man saving up his money to get something that is hard to dispose of. A diamond is hard to break. A diamond is precious. That's why we use it in most rings, in most engagement rings, because a diamond symbolizes strength. You're worth more than that. You're worth a man going to save his little money out, his little check for 6 months to get you something presentable. Because this woman showed up in this man's life for 26 years. He did that. He did that. And everybody that's on here, I see you guys. I want y'all to share, because I want every woman that come across this, I want you to know that is unacceptable, especially as a man of God. The Bible says you're supposed to honor your wife like you honor the church. The Bible says you're supposed to honor your husband. Did you know that? Although it says you honor your husband as well, wives honor your husband, it also says husband honor your wives. He did not honor her. I'm sorry. I was almost in tears when I saw that, because you could see the tiredness in her face. She put up with all of this. Even I watched the show. I watched when he was on Preachers of LA. I watched it and I saw how arrogant he was with her. She wanted to get married then, holding him down, being consistent, putting a pretty face on that. I ain't even gonna go to that level, but she put a pretty face on him. You see what I'm saying? Very successful, very affluent black woman, established. dressed well, look nice, articulate, presentable. She's been there for him for 28 years, and he had a decency then to ask her then. But he let her live her whole life in waiting, most of her life in waiting for him. And that's how men want you to come to them. Women have this attribute and this character as well. He does. We do sometimes. This arrogance, this not, you know what I'm saying? First of all, God don't have to send you nobody. Not truly believe that God send you who he wants you to have. Everybody has somebody. And I know some people don't believe in this, but everybody has somebody. And God sends you somebody. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't that you so great and you so this and that and you so this and that that you was able to pull this beautiful woman. No. God has sent you. God sends you his best. And that's how you treat his best. You make them wait like that for decades and decades in front of his church, and you preaching on marriage, and you preaching on a wife is virtuous, and you preaching on that the wife is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? He that findeth the wife findeth a good thing. You preaching on this, and here your wife been sitting in your face for over 20 years. You are contradictory to the words that you preach, sir. And I know I'm telling the truth today. I know I'm telling the truth. You absolutely are contradictory to the words that you preach. And to do that to that beautiful woman, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed. And it make you lose hope. It make you lose hope. And see, men know that we're designed to want to be attached and be in union with the man, because God created us for man, okay? And he created us to be a help to men, okay? But we're not no slaves. Let's get that clear. You know what I'm saying? We're not inadequate or anything like that. But he took the rib of man. I'm gonna break this thing down tonight. He took a man's rib and created us for him. So if this woman been there for him, and God gave her to him, you mean to tell me you gonna hold out to choose her? You in error. Is what you are. You causing this woman stress. You causing her to be depressed. You causing her to be frustrated. You causing her to be unhappy. You causing her to doubt herself. Make her think she ain't good enough for you. Just making her wait. And you made her wait. And she's my thing is, I would not have stayed. If you would have stayed, if you would have waited it out, put it in the chat. If you would have stayed or left, I'm gonna tell you something. A good 3 years, if that. Because by then you know each other. We know each other, right? We know each other. By then we know each other. You know what I bring to the table. You know my quirks, you know my ends, you know my outs. There's no way in the world this woman should have to wait 28 years. Because by then he knew who she was. She knew who he was. And she stuck it out. That in itself speaks to longevity on her part. She's consistent. She's committed. And he took advantage of that, is what he did. He took advantage of her, that ability that she had to commit, to be loyal, to be faithful. He took, oh, she ain't going nowhere. And I'm going to tell you why, another reason why he did that. Because men always waiting on something better. Oh, I'm not going to commit to her. Because what if something else come better? I got to see if she the one. Because something better might come around. Something better may come around. That's why men do that. Because they think something better is coming around. Here God done brung this woman in the prime of your preaching career when you really popular. And I'm talking about 28 years later, or before, rather. He done brung this woman in your life to support you in your ministry. And you drug her along like she was a rag on a hook. That you just hung there and take it off. Hang there and take it off. Hung there and took it off. That's what you did. Unacceptable. No woman should have to wait that long for a man to commit. And you there and you constant with her. They probably had some ups and downs. We don't know all the particulars of their relationship, but I know she was there. He spoke nothing to her qualities. Everything was about him in that proposal. He spoke nothing to her qualities. Why he loved her. And y'all correct me, because I know I saw the video, but if you see the video, correct me. I could be wrong. I don't even think that he even said anything about loving her. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go back and look and see. All he spoke about was this woman pushing him around, carrying him around. I'm like, that's ridiculous. You don't want a wife. You don't want strength. You want a caregiver. That is so, it was just so heartbreaking to see that. Narcissistic, a sense of importance, a false sense of importance. We're going to talk about that. Okay. But we're going to take a pause for the cause, and the pause is support. I'm supporting this young man. The name of his production company is called Rough Draft Production. I want you to check out this promo. Okay. And I want you to support. His email is in his website. I'm sorry. It's in the promo. Check it out.
Rough draft, make me feel good.
In a world where more and more business is done online, don't get trapped with an ad that is generic, dull, and just plain boring. Welcome to the future of advertising. Welcome to Rough Draft Productions. Get it done. Rough Draft.
All right, yes, check out Rough Draft Productions, okay? Check them out. Tell a friend, okay? All right, that false sense of importance. Now, we know that Bishop Noel Jones, oh, hey, oh, he's here. Hi, James. Yes, no problem, no problem, no problem. Hey, and you can actually put your link and whatever you want to put it in the chat. I'll make sure I put it in there so they can see it and support, okay? All right. So yeah, that false sense of importance, that false sense of importance that men have to make them think that it's okay to have a woman waiting for 28 years. Okay, that you are so great. And like I say, I was in a relationship. Somebody told me that you don't know how blessed you are to have me. And I'm thinking, well, you just a man. Yeah, I love you. You love me, but you're a man just like I'm a woman. I would never even open my mouth to say some stuff like that to another human being. Because God has no respect of person. Has no respect of person. Okay? We're no better than, even in your marriage, even in your relationship, you're no better than that man, and that man is no better than you. You're supposed to treat that man with all consideration, just like he's supposed to treat you with all consideration. Even in just a regular relationship, even y'all not married. He did not consider this woman's feelings. He has not considered this woman's feelings for 28 years. He knew this woman wanted to be married. He knew she was waiting on him. He lived his whole life like he said. Did he want to put up his freedom? He said his freedom coat. In the interview that I read, he said, should I put up my freedom coat? I was thinking, he said that in front of people. Not that this woman is so great and I love her so much that I have to commit to her. He said, I was thinking, should I put up my freedom coat? What kind of proposal is that? And see, that couldn't have been me, because I'd have been like, honey, you can put your freedom coat up, your freedom boots up, the gloves, and the hat. Because I'm out. Okay? You don't have nothing to prove. Once that woman gets to know you, once you're there for that man, you don't have nothing else to prove. He know you. She ain't had nothing else to prove to that man. She ain't have nothing to prove. She already showed her card. She showed that she was faithful. She showed that she was loyal. She showed that she loved him. She showed that she was committed. She showed all of that to him. He knew all of that. He knew that 10 years ago. He knew that the first 6 months they was together, he knew what he had. Like he said, he wanted his freedom code. He holding out. He was holding out to see if something better was coming along. And once he saw how his body was becoming depleted, and he had a stamina or the strength like he used to have anymore, he knew she was hang on alone and take care of her. Now, he probably cared for her and love her. You know what I'm saying? He probably do. But I'm just saying, he knew exactly what he got, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And she stood there for the ride. And I just want to take her to the side. I just want to say, sis, you worth more than that. You still young, you still got it. Let him go on and do his thing. You know, I want to say, don't do it. I honestly want to say, don't do it. I know you don't wait it. I know you don't wait it, but don't do it. There's no way in the world. He don't take her seriously. He don't take her as a serious a part of his life. When a husband and wife when a man that loves his woman or love his woman, he asks him to marry her. He's looking for a partner. He's looking for somebody that's going to build with her. He already knows that she is her partner. He already knows there's some great qualities in her. He respects her. He knows that she's good enough for him. He knows that he's good enough for her. He knows that she has the perfect qualities to go on this journey that's called life with her. When a man really loves a woman and asks them to marry them, he sees all of that and he cherishes. That's why you see most men cry at the wedding, because they know what they got. They know what they're about to get. They know that they're about to get something great. They know they're about to get this beautiful woman, this jewel. They know that God sent this woman to help him. They know that she is his help. They know that. And when they finally know, they ask the woman. What Bishop Noel Jones did was he drugged this woman along. He had her in one hand and had his freedom in the other hand, and he was betting on both. If don't nothing else better come along, at least I still got her in this hand. Not that, oh, this woman is just so remarkable. She been with me, my ups and downs. I have to commit to her. It's like she is his retirement plan. Am I telling the truth? Now, and I don't want to miss nobody comments. Am I telling the truth? She is his retirement plan. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the proposal. I see you guys in here. Tell me what you think about the proposal. Do you agree with it? Would you wait 28 years with a guy or a woman? Would you hold out? Would you do that? I want to know exactly what you guys are thinking, because I know for me, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Before I got married, the longest I waited was 4 years. That was a long way, because I figured, hey, I done showed you who I am. I done showed you. There's nothing for me else to when you with somebody in their lowest moment and you there and you ain't walk away, or they have trauma, or they took a blunder or something like that, and you still sticking around, you done showed them. They know that you good people. There's nothing you have to prove to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But men will hold out to see if they can get something good enough. They'll hold out to see if they have something good enough. And that's not right. What he did was absolutely not right. It was not Bible. And I'm a minister and I'm saved. It was not Bible. He was not in the will of God to have that woman wait 28 years to marry. You don't have in our faith, in our teachings, okay, you don't have a 28-year-old girlfriend. Y'all, we don't court that long, because first of all, the flesh ain't waiting 28 years to get satisfied. Now, I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm telling the truth. Y'all let me know. Let me know what y'all think. Okay? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. When I saw that, I wanted to cry. That wasn't a proposal. That was somebody saying, you know what? Life didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. I guess you can come on. You still here. That's what that was. That was not a proposal at all. He did her no justice. He did not honor her with that. He didn't do that. It was a big joke. Here she is, been waiting all these years for this moment, the moment that she's been wanting for so long. And you turn it into something, a joke. You make it a joke. You make it something that's not significant. This woman is worth more than what you did for her. She's been there for you. Ups and downs, ridicule, suspect, accusations. She stood right there with you. And that was the best you could give this woman, who you were asking to be with you, who you were asking to push you in a wheelchair. A caregiver is what you want. You don't want a wife. And she's worth more than that. And I hope the great bishop sees this. He needs to redo it again. How about that? Because you did not knock it out of the park, sir. Do you understand the strength and the tenacity and the patience it takes to wait for a man to say, will you marry me? I'm built a little bit different. And I'm like, Lord, I don't want to die alone. I don't want to die alone. I don't know if I am too strong-willed. I don't know what it is. I'm asking God right now, I'm being honest. I'm asking God to help me, to make me to think like a wife, or whatever. I don't know if I'm thinking like a wife or not. I don't know. But this thing of I got to boost your ego up every day to make you feel like the king of the jungle, and you make me feel like this every day. That I ain't with that, because that's not what God designed a marriage for. That was not his ideal when he created the institution of marriage. You want somebody to come and cater to you 24/7, but you don't reciprocate that. And that's what their relationship has been. Just watching them on TV, she has been giving the most. She's been pouring the most into the relationship. He ain't been reciprocating that back. He's been tolerating it. Walking around here, you know what I'm saying? Like you God's greatest gift on earth, walking around here because you can preach and articulate yourself and you got a church. You walking around here like you the best thing since sliced bread, when God done sent you his best. And you need to treat that woman like God's best, because that's exactly what she is. And I know she must be for you, because I can't see no other woman doing that. That's unreal. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the chats. Unreal. Unreal. And you a man of God, and you a preacher, and here you is, you running single seminars and marriage seminars on how to be a good husband, how to be a good wife. You got a whole ministry, a whole plethora of demographics in your church, and you got this woman waiting. And everybody looking at her like, okay, you telling me what to do. You telling me how to be. Well, why you can't figure out that this woman is for you? What's wrong with your antennas? Okay. What's wrong with your antennas? Preacher, bishop. But you know what? Women go through this, whether they're in the church or not. Women go through this. Men who do not want to commit, but they want you to perform as a wife. They want you to be loyal as a wife. They want you to be faithful like a wife. They want you to do them, like a wife. They want you to be accessible like a wife, but will not make you a wife, will not make you an honorable woman. They will suck the life out of you. And I'm so perturbed with this demon, with this spirit. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. I'm looking at a situation right now that's got me perturbed. This girl been holding this boy down for years, and he will not marry her. And I'm trying to figure out why. And I hope they see this, and they know who they are. That's just how I roll. This girl been down for you, pick you up when you was down, pay the bills when you couldn't, put a roof over your head when you couldn't, but you such a man, and you won't even give her the decency of making her your wife. Or you gonna wait till you in diapers and talk about something, will you marry me? Okay? You out of control, sir. You are most definitely out of control. All right? Y'all hold on tight. I got one more person that I want to promote. You know I have to pause for the cause. And the cause is support. This is the last break, okay? And then we're going to wrap this thing on up.
I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone who believes in something greater than themselves. The time is now to simply believe.
Believe. Dennis Gregory, support, believe. I believe that a man know what they get in the first 6 months, and a woman know what they have in the first 6 months or a year. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to drag me along and I'm gonna share this. And I'm gonna be transparent tonight. I'm gonna share this. This is not a dig towards my ex-husband. This is not a dig towards my ex-husband. This is not, because if I call him right now, he coming to make sure I'm okay. All right. But that's why you have to be, when you're getting ready to marry somebody or y'all in a relationship, you need to talk things out. Okay. One of the things that I regretted in my marriage was I missed my years of my child. I can say I missed them totally, but I can't see it happening right now. But I wanted to have children, and he didn't want to have children. Okay. This is something that I was not really totally aware of until I got into the marriage. He didn't want children, and I did. And I wanted to make this thing work. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't at that point in the beginning of it, we wasn't having any issues or anything like that. So, of course, I'm just like, I'm praying, Lord, change his mind, Lord, change his mind. You know what I'm saying? But I waited it out. Unfortunately, the marriage was not successful, and I ended up divorcing. But you have to understand, I missed my childbearing years. Do you understand what I'm saying? Waiting on somebody to change their mind about you. And I'm going to tell you, I feel the presence of God even right now while I'm talking. Because I don't know who I'm talking to. You waiting on somebody to change their mind about you, and they're not going to change their mind about you. Because they only want what you can offer them, possibly physically, or because you're a giver, because you're loving, because you're kind, because you're supportive. Those are the qualities that they want for you. And they know they can get all of that for free. They don't have to marry you. And it ain't always about the sex. It ain't always about the sex. Sometimes it's about companionship. They'll be with you because you're a good companion. And that's all they really want, is a good companion. They don't want a wife because in their mind, they think they can always get something better. So they'll have you wait and drag this thing on out. Okay? Don't you let nobody do that to you. And I'm saying to the women and the men as well. Once you all have been in a relationship for a length of time and you all know one another, and you all have been there for one another, you all have had ups and downs with each other, and you all have had moments where you all were very emotional. It's time to make a decision. And I don't want to hear, oh, you can't put a timeline when I have to know when I'm ready or whatever. This, you know that if this person would leave your life, you wouldn't be good. When you start feeling like that, then it's time to commit. But sometimes when women want something so bad, men would pull that. It's just like it's like somebody holding a cat in front of a rabbit. Oh, I know I got this. I know this what you want, but you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. Because something better may come along. And here you got this woman in the prime of her life waiting on you. And now y'all both done grown old together, and you still ain't married her. And now you about ready to be in rehab, convalescence, and then you gonna say you gonna marry her? No. You gonna give me your best years, bruh. You gonna give me your best years. You're not gonna give me the crumbs. You're not gonna give me the crumbs. And you can't say, I don't know what they do in their relationship, but 28 years, the flesh ain't waiting no 28 years to get no satisfaction. It ain't waiting that long. You got to be realistic. I'm sorry. But that's just his arrogance, narcissistic behavior that he displayed. Here it is in the twilight of your life. You decide you want to be somebody's husband. And my thing is, if you can't be a wonderful boyfriend, you for sure can't be a wonderful husband. If you don't have the qualities to make a good decision as a boyfriend, what makes me think that I want to link up with you so that you can make decisions that's going to directly affect my life? A man that's like that, you don't marry him, sis, bruh. Don't marry him. You know what that shows me? That you are a man that can't make good decisions. So why would I want to marry you? I'm a good decision. I'm a good decision. You are a good decision queen. I see y'all in here. You are a good decision. Don't let no man drag you along. If he can't make a good decision in choosing you, he ain't the one. You in here sliding place, making place. You in there covering his bills. You in there buying him clothes, colognes. You in there encouraging him every other hour. You know you my king. You know you the best. Yeah, baby, I'm here for you. Yeah, we in this together. Whatever you need, I'm here. You there for them, and you've been doing it for years and years and years, and he can't see that. No, bruh. You're not gonna drain me. You're not gonna use me. You're not gonna have me so entangled emotionally with you that I can't see nothing greater coming back, something that's gonna appreciate me. Okay, this window is only gonna be open for so long, bruh. You need to make a decision. Hello? If not, you'll be 60 years old waiting on this man to make a decision, and that's exactly what she did. There ain't no telling how many other blessings came her way. Ain't no telling how many redos God sent for her. You know what? He playing around, baby. Here you go. She can't even see it because she's so engrossed and emotional, waiting on him to say, will you marry me? Unacceptable. 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 And I want y'all to share the heck out of this video because there's a sister somewhere that need to hear this. She about ready to add them to her retirement plan. She about ready to add them to her 401, her insurance, because they've been together so long. No, you are out of pocket. Keep your ring. You keep the ring, the popcorn, the box, all of that. And the congregation, the church, keep it all. I'm out. Because you deserve better. You deserve better, right? We deserve better as queens. We deserve better. Okay? Once you have showed the best of yourself, queens, and I'm going to end it on this note. Once you have showed the best of yourself to an individual that you're in a relationship in, once you have showed that you are dependable, that you are a woman of virtue, that you are a woman of treasure, that he can find in you, once you have showed that you are there for him, you're loyal and you're faithful, there's nothing else that you have to prove. Now it is decision time. You understand what I'm saying? Queen, you understand what I'm saying? I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. This is your Queen Clayleen saying, be great. Bye-bye.